In this universe,
in this galaxy,
in this world,
beneath the influencer clouds,
over the viral video fields,
off the information superhighway,
there are voices in the digital wilderness, whispering
more opinions.
If you listen,
you will hear. We are here, yeah.
but what about my freedom?
Shampoo is better. What about your freedom?
Yeah, what about it? Do we really need it? Is it
Well,
necessary in this day and age?
I mean, really, I think our freedom is pretty good because we're two morons sitting on YouTube talking about nothing.
Yes.
And in a lot of other places, they're not allowed to do this. So, I think we're doing all right. I think we're doing all right.
Hello,
Hello,
Van.
Mr.
Thank you,
Garner.
Mark.
Thank you. That is all the work of my co-host here. There. Right. This guy. This guy. Did I go the right way? No, this guy.
Where?
Yeah.
Where? Huh?
The bald guy. Wait a second.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, I'm just a talker in the eye candy here. Alex is the one that puts all the high-tech images together for us. So.
Oh, no. I really like, wow, you're going to be disappointed, Tex.
Hi,
Sarah.
Hi, mate. So just before 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, your time or mine?
Bird of time. So in Canada, they have just passed a law. I'm going to say they, to keep it neutral for a minute. Wow, Casey coming in hot tonight. Wow. Derman!
And I also had a sound clip for that I didn't load. I should have, but I'll get to it.
All right. So we're getting into it fast. So Online Harms Act aimed to remove harmful content and address harmful content and addressed hate. So the Liberal government has introduced their highly anticipated Online Harms Act, okay, which proposes sweeping reforms focused on protecting children online, creating internet complaint mechanisms, imagine having that job, and potentially steep new penalties for hate crimes. Now, we can all agree with that, right? We all like that. I think that's something solidly that we can all agree with. Protecting children, except for creating the internet complaint mechanisms. Can you imagine being the guy that has to sift through that slew of garbage?
The guy. There's only one guy.
Well, with apparently budgets in the government, maybe it is really one guy.
I identify as a child right now, and Tex's comment makes me eerily offensive. So I think Tex should be the first complaint submitted to the guy.
But he's in America and in Texas. So yeah, you ain't gonna stop anything about that. So I think we can agree with that. Protecting children online, potentially steep penalties for hate crimes. I agree. I like that. Okay. After English words hard. After the Liberals first promised to introduce online harms legislation 100 days after reforming the government in 2021 election, Justice Minister Afriviari on Monday. Did I get that?
I don't know. Sure.
Okay, cool. Tabled Bill C-63, the Online Harms Act, after significant reworking and consultation. All of us are expected to be safe in our homes and in our neighborhoods and our communities. Now, see, I don't like that because, we should. We should feel safe and Is there anybody like I guess maybe they mean everybody has a broad spectrum, but I feel safe where I live. We don't have the chair.
We should have we should have lethal injection, capital punishment, death penalty, whatever you want to call it. I think it should be brought back. There are too many people. F off, we're full is how the old saying goes. This is all jokes, by the way.
Hyperbole.
YouTube AI algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we should.
I just hate people online. Yeah, right? Bring back online hate.
So we should be able to accept at the same point of the safety in our online communities. We have rigorous safety standards for things like my son's Lego at home, but somehow none of the most dangerous toys are not just in my home. They're in every Canadian home. The screen that is in front of our children's faces. The legislation aims to cover social media services, live streaming services, self-uploading adult content services that meet a user's threshold. This threshold will be determined at a later date through regulations. All right, keep that in mind. The government says that the private and encrypted message services are excluded from this legislation. They will, however, be able to expand the scope of what social media services are covered if the site poses a significant risk and harm. There was that one we had in Canada, I'm sure across the world, that was really bad with kids recently. I wish I would have written down what it was, but this legislation breaks down into three broad categories, protecting users, especially children, from harm content, establishing enforcement complaint mechanism, plus the criminal code and Canadian Human Rights and Act amendments. In his press conference, Buddy What's His Nuts said that he anticipates a lot of pushback on this legislation from online platforms of people with money and people with influence. My message to these people in these organizations is very simple. This is now the time to work directly with us. Profit cannot be prioritized over safety right now. It is too easy for social media companies to look the other way as hate is explored and festers on their platforms. This bill will require platforms to do their part to do better to keep people safe from harm, exploration, especially our children. Failure to do so will be a significant significant monetary penalties. So basically, to me, what is going to happen is Elon Musk is going to go, well, fuck you, Canada. That's what he's going to do. And he'll make it so like Twitter doesn't work in Canada.
So that should be a lesson to everyone right now to invest in. I don't have a VPN, but invest in VPNs right now if you're in Canada or anywhere because it's going to go up.
And the only bad thing is with a VPN, it does cut your internet. If I turn my VPN on my right now, it actually greatly hampers my internet. So yeah, it kind of sucks. So we know that we need to bring to the end of the Wild West of the internet and make sure Canadians are protected from hate. Scourge of children pornography, self-harm that is often perturbed through algorithms, often directly to the most vulnerable and kind of disinformed that is created. Disinformation is created, says Julian. Here's each category possesses. Okay, so so protection for hate, scourge of child pornography, of course. Self-harm is often promoted through algorithms, often directly to the most vulnerable kind. So I don't know about any other parents in this play and that are in the chat right now, but when my son was younger, I checked his phone all the time. That was my job.
Oh, hold on. You see Ryan's comment? Either he's saying this isn't a bad thing, or
and I'm not disagreeing with that at all, Ryan. So, but now as I read these, this is what we're going to go through. These are the these are the categories that have been proposed. Okay. For online, so protect users from online harm. For online services that would fall under this act, the legislation puts 3 duties in place: duty to act responsibly, duty to make certain content inaccessible, and duty to protect children. Okay. Regardless of the duty to act responsibly, the act calls for services to continuously assess, mitigate, and report on risks to users associated with the service, providing tools for the users to flag content, block users, create an internal point of contact for companies. Okay. See, and I'm gonna play a video. Hold on. I mean, go ahead, Alex. You were gonna go.
And I don't think that full quote, whatever it is a Thomas Jefferson quote. As Alex Jones likes to ascribe a lot of quotes to Thomas Jefferson, he's almost always incorrect because he's looking at memes. But that exchanging freedom for safety, security thing, the powers of be. So there should be two internets. If we're going to have minimum legal age requirements for people to get into bars, let's have two internets. One for kids, the other for adults. Problem solved. This has been Alex and the Garbage Man. Have a good night.
Why not? They made 2 gym classes. One for serious, one for kids that were competitive, and ones that they wanted to be in gym but not too serious.
And okay. On a note that has absolutely no similarity, thank you very much, Ashley, for loving us on Facebook. Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a while. And I love you too,
Ashley. Mr. Face. So okay, let me get through these first. So this is for the sexualization, victimization of children, re-victimizing survivors, content used to bully children, content used to push children to self-harm, content that incites violence or terrorism. Keep that now. So stop. Okay, now I have to, because now this. So this is where the problem's gonna lie. Because a lot of people thought everything that happened with that Black Lives Matters movements when they were burning fucking neighborhoods down was terrorism. They thought it was inciting violence. Was it not? Anytime you see how many videos have we seen lately with people saying we need to make a stand and take back what's ours, and we need to do this and we need to do that? You know?
Well, we're glad you're here, Ginger, but what? You stopped watching because Nick is fumbling his way through an article.
Yeah, because I'm messing up my reading.
Yes.
Okay. The imminent image provided includes language that covers deep fakes, which is artificial intelligence. But see, that's a big issue all on its own.
Yeah.
Right. Not Nick, not Nuck. Okay. It's increasingly having to create porn. Yes, and of course, the fake images, like everybody saw what the images they made of Taylor Swift. I'm sure everybody saw that. Like, yeah, that's not like, and those people should be doxed, or well, I guess not doxed, but they should be, and not doxed, but they should be dealt with. I don't like this whole like, well, like you okay, and someone would say, well, she's an adult, she's a public figure. It doesn't mean she needs to be put in those positions with her face. And there was no pun intended there.
Yeah.
So there are digitally safety officers. So there will be so there's a 5-person. So there'll be a 5-person panel appointed by the government that would enforce the rules on online platforms. So 5 people are going to be the ones that decide to tell us what we can and cannot put on the internet.
Dox them.
You know, financial penalties for the platforms. Yes, these are big platforms. So financial penalties for offering platforms can be steep under the act, with a maximum penalty in legislation listed no more than 6% of global revenue or $10 million, which is greater. The administration penalty is ignored. Penalties can increase to 25 million or 8% of global revenue, whichever is greater. So, hate crime laws. For real-world consequences of this legislation, the bill includes language created to standalone hate crime officials in Canada Code, as the opposed to hate crimes being aggravated factors in determining sentences. This includes the definition of hatred to the Canadian Code, which is the government says is consistent with decisions made by the Supreme Court. Who's to say what is hate? Now, when I say that, somebody, and I'm not even going to go to where everyone might think, but let's take the Palestinian and Israel conflict. Who's stating what's hate? The pro-Palestinian or the pro-Israel? Which one are you going to say is the hate? Or do you deem them both hate? You know, is that what you have to do then? And I think that was the end, basically the end of that. Yeah, so it just kind of goes over the penalties. So my biggest takeaway from this was to keep the children safe. Okay. Now, there is a large, almost bigger set of people who are not in favor of the transgender movement at all. So now and I'm not talking about doing sex changes to children. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is even to be exposed to the transgender movement, there's a bigger number of people who don't want their children exposed to this than want their children exposed to this. So then who says what is hate? Who says what is keeping children safe? Because a higher percentage of the population might say exposing children to transgenderism and those ideas is not safe. Who are you? Who says this is like? Is it a majority vote? Is it a that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, who sets the guidelines for this? And this isn't something that I just started. I was saying this back when we saw that when Britain was doing something like this. Who says what is safe and what is not?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to add more to that.
No, not at the moment. I'm still trying to process a lot of this.
Okay.
And yeah, Ginger brings up a good point. The source, what you were reading from. What was that? That was
Global News.
Okay.
That was right off globalnewscanada.ca. Anyone that wants to actually go over this, I will put this in just so people know that I'm not full of shenanigans and tomfoolery. There is, if you want to put the link in there, there it is. I kind of cut out some of like when they get into the fines and stuff like that, but that is where it is right now. So that being said, I want to play this video. And this gentleman is so it's kind of started, but he says like I'm a free speech is what it says at the top, and then he continues. So I'd like to play this video. All right. Give me a thumbs up, make sure you can hear it.
Absolutists. I think that there should be repercussions to certain free speech, but it's a constitutional right, and yeah, that's where I stand with it. I don't want any apps being banned. Right. I don't want people being banned from certain apps, and I think there's an attack on our First Amendment right now. Yeah.
So you think no one should be banned from
no
platform?
Absolutely not.
So like someone calls me like the F slur, you like leave them?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's their right to say that. Now, you can, there should be measures taken to where, like I said, there are repercussions to certain speech. I don't think the platform should be able to remove them, but I think you should have the right to block them like we already can now, because I've lost 3 Instagram profiles just for saying, oh, I don't think children should have sex changes under the age of 18. Accounts gone. Like, I've lost thousands of followers.
So, I shit myself. I agree with them. There's a block button. You can delete. You don't. There's people you don't have to follow. And a lot of this, when you hear the algorithms. So these people, like my algorithm is all like gym workouts, gym failures, and dumb people getting hurt. That's my algorithm. So people who are looking up these things, like that, when it says the algorithm, well, how long have you not been obviously you've been looking at this stuff to find this stuff to be offended, I guess. I don't even know. Like,
what that person was saying in the beginning, there are 2 different, not concurrent sides. And I'm assuming they're in the United States of America, and the freedom of speech, the First Amendment to the Constitution, that's for all Americans. But when you join an online platform, you are agreeing to their terms of service to use the platform. If you violate their terms of service, They have the right to remove you. That is not taking away your freedom of speech, because the platform is not run by the government. Those are two separate things entirely. So he's trying to confuse and mix the two of them together. So that's a fallacy in my mind. Also, Chili's favorite.
No, I want to play this because this is again where you find stuff on the internet and you're just like, why can't we have more of this stuff? More of this stuff that like it's ridiculous, but it should make you smile. I'm gonna find this video. Sarah shared it the other day. Okay. Now.
And Van makes a good point, because as Tex joked about earlier in the comments, if Tex were the president, he would thin the herd. That is Tex running the country like his business and running it as he sees fit. So yeah, Tex is joking, but it plays exactly into what Van Edwards is saying. And Van had made a comment that I'll take out of context momentarily. I'll save it a cabinet spot for you. Do you mean a Wayfair cabinet spot? Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so I gotta cue this up and then break because it starts immediately. So I wish we'd have more videos like this because I love these, and I don't remember how I found it, but this guy has a whole bunch of these, and they're so ridiculous. But all right, okay, ready?
Today, his best favorite animal is called Griffophus. Griffophus' face looked like if a cow had like a vacuum attached to his butthole and sucked out all the meats in his face parts. On top, there are two like cartoon bumps. It's for the monkeys to hold on to when they ride them. Griffophus walk real cool. It's like don't care. If you play backward, it looks like someone in leopard leggings with a really nice butt. To drink waters, Griffophus bent down kind of like a drunk person trying to pick up a quarter. Spread the legs for balance. Because they're so tall, Griffophus are vulnerable to many things, like get hit in face by drunk birds, or if like people forget to clean up their volleyball nets. It is a tangled mess. It's how most of them die. Not holes. They can fall in holes. It's okay. Their heads stick out. This is why they're best animal. Okay, bye. Come on, monkeys, let's ride.
Yeah, I don't know why why it's so low.
I think when Nick plays a video text, it's usually they're all at the same volume. So I think the guy who made the video, the volume was low in the mix, and that's why it sounds low. So
yeah, because my mic doesn't sound low, correct?
No, it does not sound low.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, see, Ginger's firing back. There she is. She's back. Love that.
Well, and that was always the thing that we made the reference of during COVID when they're like, "Oh, you're a sheep," and it's like, okay, but we're all sheep to a different herd, right? Like, it depends what herd you are, right?
Yeah,
we're all sheep.
You believe the government, or you believe my freedom, and you hate the science, and scientists. Pardon me, not the science, because we engage in science right now. We're trusting computers made through science to do their jobs, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, in a way for QAnon. Wow.
Yeah,
that in 10 years, that's going to be the butt of many jokes.
Yep, most definitely. Yeah. Did you see the newest Deadpool trailer?
No.
Oh yeah, you don't like watching trailers. I'm really interested. I like how they tied it in. So, hey, look who's here.
And I would like to say, how you doing?
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
I believe in the Constitution.
She wants the dick!
Well, that was really loud. Holy shnikes.
I did that on purpose.
Wow. Well, that was loud. So
I even support things that don't fit who I am, because if you give up any, you allow them to take more.
To a certain agree depending on the situation. Again, they're going to come back to this free hate. If you're calling for the eradication of any human being, yeah, that was loud, right? Then there's no time for you or that. Like, we should all be able to live in this world.
We're gonna clip that one, and the reason being, we should all be able to live in this world. Now that's going to get clipped too, and then someone out there,
oh yeah,
is going to say, "Oh, so you support pedophiles being able to think how they do and live how they live?" And then we got to go, "No, wait, I didn't mean that."
Right. Yeah.
Now we got to parse it out. Now we got to be specific. Oh,
yeah. That's
so not total freedom of speech,
no.
right?
Well, pedophilia is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not freedom of speech. You're doing something illegal.
Yeah, and people do illegal stuff all the time, and they're still alive. So
I just farted again. God, that's brutal.
You better go crawl in your coffin and think about what you.
God, maybe I do. Yeah.
Hey, that was loud, and yeah, I got to turn down the volume in that one. Yeah. yeah. Keep them in line, Ginger. Yeah. We should still care about each. Oh, then now we're gonna clip that one. So you think pedophile? No,
it's all coming back to pedophiles.
Because that is the accusation du jour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because that's exactly where not the mind would go, but the argument. Oh, so you support Nazis? Not at all.
Exactly.
Did I freeze or did Alex freeze?
To me, you froze, but I loved it because it was just you, like, still talking.
Wow, that was weird. Yeah, I buffered hard there.
Giggity. Within law, yeah. See, there we go. Now, it's not just blanket statements. We got to be specific with what we're saying. So the bill you were referencing, Bill C-63.
Yes.
Do we have access to that bill? The wording of it, the full
it was
bill.
Just tabled today, so I don't know.
Okay, so the people out there who are judging the bill without having read it, that's a problem because they're jumping to conclusions. And maybe that's the only exercise they get.
Okay, so this is the first session. It's on there. There it is. Yep. And it's long. It is long.
Giggity. See, Tex or Ginger, Tex ain't just a bad guy. He's a good sport. We've already had this conversation. Never mind.
So you can't find it. It is in your Googly search.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
you know what you should do, Ryan? Post 5 or 6 paragraphs in the chat, and the show will go on for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm glad you're being specific. Me and the garbage man, we're not wholesome.
No, not at all.
Hola. I hope you avoided getting punched on your face.
Yes.
Throwback to mistaken typing from, I don't know, last year. I held on to that one for reasons of comedy. Either Van, everyone is so politically aligned to a party, or they're seeing everything in their lives through a political filter or cortex, where everything has to be related to politics in some way, shape, or form. That in itself could be seen as a kind of cult with the way that it's being thinked about. No, thought about.
Okay, so did you hear, maybe Tex heard about this because this was down south here, and maybe our American contingency. Oklahoma students walk out after a trans student death to protest bullying policies. So 40 students walked out of a school in protest to describe pervasive culture of bullying with little accountability, which they believe led to a student's death at school. So next Benedict, 16, died February 8th, a day after a fight in the bathroom in a high school on West Campus in the bathroom. And so there's, I saw this on that the cops talked to them to ask what had happened. He described that the students had now this was out of the words of Nex. He described how 3 students jumped him after they threw water on them because they were bullying him and his friends over the way they dressed. Okay, but this is what I have a problem with the headline here. They walk out over trans student. They had to put trans student. They had to put trans. Okay, the kid didn't say it was because he was trans. The kid said it was because of how he dressed. I'm not condoning it. I know what it was like to get picked on in school for wearing shitty clothes. I know firsthand what it was like. But that's what it says. He said it came out of his mouth that it was clothing. And then said that he had faced bullying due to his gender identity. Friends said Nex was transgender, primarily went by he/him pronouns at school, but used to go by they/them, which his family also uses. Several friends said he preferred he/him. And in the body camera's footage, he said he never reported the bullying because he didn't really see the point. So I'd like to know, but that's unless there's a note here that says from the kid, I got to kind of scroll here. Unless he flat out says this is why I'm killing myself, you can't jump to that.
True.
You can't make that jump. Now, if your kids want to walk out saying that the bullying in general over whatnot, then yeah, that's fair enough. Cops were involved, and that's then what happened. What happened after, like that cop report? Did they did they message this kid and give him shit? That's the problem that kids see these days. You can't get away from it anymore.
And I left Van's comment up here just to say, "Foo you." Because we're not fair and logical. We fooled you into believing so. Yeah.
So yeah, bullying sucks, but
I agree. Oh yeah. Yeah, the severity of the bullying combined with the age of the person being bullied, that can lead to things like what Ginger is saying.
Mm-hmm.
With me, it didn't get to that point, particularly because I didn't have access to firearms. There were probably some other factors at the time that led me to not do any self-harm or outwardly harm. But it could have gotten to that point had the bullying persisted.
Now, I had a gun, or I had access to guns, and I never thought about taking a gun. Now, I know if this is controversial to say, maybe. Well, whatever. I feel bullying sometimes helped it kept kids in line, because the way a lot of kids talk to adults these days, I would have never talked to an older person. I was in grade 8. I wouldn't have told any of the roid boys to go fuck themselves. Could you imagine what would have happened to you?
Oh, especially with some of the guys in our high school.
Yeah, right. Could you imagine?
Ooh.
Could you imagine? Now, here's the other problem. This was brought on, and I'm going to credit the Kevin Nash podcast for them talking about this today. So the shooting that happened in Kansas at the Super Bowl, or after the Super Bowl parade. Okay. So they caught the kid they got the guy, the gunman. Okay. And the guy said, I saw a guy that I had a beef with, and he said, or I thought he mouthed, "Do you want to go?" So that's how scary things are these days. Instead of "Do you want to go?" meaning let's fucking throw some bombs at each other, it's I'm going to pull a gun out and start shooting. Now, some people might say, I'm also, this is taking this from Nash, because I put this into perspective, like, wow. When I was growing up as a kid, I had parents who, helped me with right and wrong, what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to act as a person. A lot of these people don't have that filter in their lives. Now, I'm just going to, okay. But the problem is, Kate, but this is the problem, Tex. You grew up in a society. I grew up in a society. Ow, that kind of hurt. Ryan grew up in a society, because I know what it was like where we grew up, where guns were the norm in the back of trucks. We were taught properly how to use guns and take care of guns. Okay? A lot of these people, their culture, they're being brought into this, and that is all they know. And that's the first thing they think of to protect themselves, and they don't know how to use these guns. I'll cite that story about the one, like we watched the show Neighborhood Wars or whatever it was, when the woman had dogs stolen and she comes out of her house and has a newsie and just goes, that's the problem. And we've said it 100 times on this show. We've said it 100 times on the old show. Me and Brody got into a huge fight over this in the old show, that there is no answer. We don't have the answer. We don't. And there's a thing where, like in Nash's, the great point that Nash makes is, this is why I don't want to leave the house. This is why I don't want to go to a movie theater. I'll just wait 3 weeks and I'll rent it at home for $7. Right?
Seems to me, with a statement like that you were making, Nick, that people might be the problem and you don't want to deal with people. Huh?
Because people are the problem. And you should not be dismissing suicide. Like, we come from a town where a lot of young people died from suicide. Like, it's crazy how many people have actually, died from suicide. And yeah, we've seen it. Yeah, we saw it firsthand. Me, Ryan, and Alex saw it firsthand. What it does to a family, suicide.
Oh, yes.
We do. So we know firsthand. But yeah, and I don't think you should be pushing off society. It's not, and again, tech, it has changed, tech, since we were kids. You used to have a little bit of a breathing room. Like, if you were getting bullied at school, when you got home, there was no bullying. But now, like, your phone, if they have a phone, like, and people will return your you get rid of your phone. Well, it's not that easy anymore. It's definitely not. It's funny, I do have some friends that we're talking today who like have got off online gaming because they're just like, but playing with other people. Like they still game. They're just like, I just don't want to deal with people anymore. I'm just tired of it. Like, people, ew, gross.
And speaking of people, thank you, Beverly, once again for liking us on Facebook. Alma's got a really good comment that we've covered before, but I do want to reiterate. Wow.
Was that RT's brother? Yes. Out of the bridge.
Oh. When we were growing up, and that's because social media is not only pervasive, but the internet is forever. So even if you disconnect from social media, at some point in time, you're going to have to go outside, especially as a kid when you have to go to school. That bullying will be there to greet and meet you in the minds of other people. You can leave your phone at home. You can disconnect from the internet. You can't entirely disconnect from people. That's a big problem. And see, Ginger's got personal experience with this. That's why she's taking issue with what Tech says. So I understand what Ginger's getting at, even though I don't have that experience that she does.
Mm-hmm. So I know we're talking about we got some American people in here. So I have to ask this question, and I should do the homework because I did some looking around, and this is I found what I found to be true so far. So the Democrats wanted to find health care for the masses, and they wanted cheaper health care, and they found 3 healthcare providers. I should look this up so I get all the things correctly. Oh, it was in the basement. Okay. All right. I thought it was a bridge, but it doesn't matter. But the Republicans voted 100% against providing cheaper health care to provide these companies for cheaper health care to the people of the United States. When you hear stuff like that, and as a staunch Republican, how can you not be like, this party's fucked? Or is it so much so that like you're so against the idea of, well, who's going to be in power with Joe Biden that you're just like, I can't, I can't, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how can, like, when you hear stuff like this, and I'm not saying like right now, again, as I began reading and people are going to say, well, you should read the right sources. The Republicans or the Democrats have tried to vote, and they've already, Sleepy Joe's already said, yeah, he effed the whole border situation up. He has said that, right? Now, the Democrats are trying to fix it right now, but the Republicans keep voting no every time the Democrats want to do something about the border. And is this all because this is going to be their, see, did they let all the illegals in so they could do this and that? And that's the problem. That's how divided we are. Oh, Bridge was the same year. Holy shnikes.
Speaking of wrestling, just for a moment, I watched The Iron Claw over the weekend.
What did you think?
Have you seen?
No, I already know the whole story. I haven't seen it yet, but I know the whole Von Erich story. Like, Dwight. So Dewey watched it, Coach watched it, and they said, and Chadney saw it, and they all know the story too. And like, they left a lot of stuff out that probably would have made it even more depressing. So carry on. Go ahead.
I liked it, having known pretty much nothing about the Von Erichs, aside from what you and Brody talked about on the old show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. Then again, when I see the title card at the beginning of the movie, inspired by a true story, I know some stuff is dramatized and left out. 6 and a 4 month period. Jesus.
Wow. And well, and you're not including Donald in that, right? Because Donald was a car accident.
Again, that brings it back to the old Chris Rock bit. I got some shit I'm conservative about. I got some shit I'm liberal about.
Yep.
Crime, I'm conservative. Prostitution, I'm liberal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Donald died in PG. I know, just outside of PG. Yeah. See, and I realize what you're gonna say, and because Brody was always on that about paying for med. But I'll tell you right now, I had a back issue. It was sure nice to walk down the hallway and get an X-ray and not have to pay, $400 or how much would it be to get your whole back X-rayed in the United States? Alma, Tex, Edwards, any of the Americans, even well, I guess they have socialized medicine over there, but
for comparison, here in Canada, I got an MRI on the lower back.
Yeah.
$900 later, because I paid out of pocket for that. I wasn't going to wait for a year or two.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you pay for it, yeah.
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 Yeah, Van. And I think, who's the governor of Minnesota? Jesse Ventura.
I live in the Baja.
He's made the exact same statement, Van. Exact same.
Oh, yeah. He said that politics is way more cutthroat. He did say that. Hey, if you ever want to, send a friend a program, he has an old program from the Sportatorium in Dallas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised something like that's still standing.
It's not anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's not. The Sportatorium's not up anymore. Yeah.
It did look kind of old in the movie, but then again, that was for the movie.
Yeah. Oh, and rest in peace, Ole Anderson. Any wrestling fans? I don't know if you remember Ole and Van, but he was one of the original Horsemen. He's the reason Arn Anderson has his name. So, yeah. I want to lighten the mood. All right.
Kids
Do you want to see another one of those awesome videos?
Yeah.
Okay, here, we'll go find some more of best favorite animal. Okay, let's see what we got for best favorite animal.
Ginger, you being here lightens the mood. I'm so happy to see you again. It's been a few weeks.
Okay. 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 Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go.
I'm gonna watch that movie pretty soon. Ginger.
What's that?
Poor Things. It's directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, who is a Greek director. He did a very disturbing movie in 2009 called Dogtooth, which I do not recommend.
Okay, we ready?
Yes.
Today's best favorite animal ever is called orangutangutangtangs. Orangutans are babies. They look so cool. These look like a little old bald man who's wearing a bathrobe. He's like a Benjamin Buttons, but real, I think. Sometimes when the tangtangsies grow up, it look like maybe they was go real fast, and then the middle of their face just stop, and the rest of the face kind of keep going. It's like if your head was shaped more like an ear. Anyways, they're so smart, they could do anything like Steve. He's probably could invent yogurt if it wasn't, or like a car that could make yogurt. But they don't do because it feels too good to hug. Orangutan hugs is the best in the world because they practice. If you don't have big ideas right now, or is not invent something, learn from the tang-tangs. Practice your hugs. You can get better. You can do it. It's why I'm my best favorite animal. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I don't know why that's so low. Like, so now because I turned my volume up even, like my headphones are ridiculously loud right now. And like, I don't know if I'm missing something when I share my screen because I have a volume, but I can either just mute it or just have it on. Like, so I'm kind of curious. Like, I want to see something here.
Yes, Sarah, I did watch Saltburn. I didn't know that Barry Keoghan was going to go that far that quickly after the movie he did with Colin Farrell, which was the year before. Great little movie, that one. But Saltburn, oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay.
Could have been a horror movie. But yeah, it was pretty sick at times.
Okay. This is the one Sarah wanted me to share.
Today's best favorite animal is called armadillo. You know, if like a dragon does something really, really mean and then it dies, he's come back as armadillos to practice being nice again. It's like time out. Sometimes they get sad and can't really fly with those tiny wings, but they have really strong armor, probably made from steels and maybe look like pubes. They don't know. Anyway, there's a few different kinds of armadillos. One kind of look like your hungover uncle being eaten by a snake. Other kind have feet look like someone glued broken Barbie doll parts to his legs. Probably is good for sneak up on chickens. Sometimes they curl up into like a ball shape to like have special time. Maybe think about what they did. It looks hard to do, but it's pretty easy for me. I can teach you. Step 1, locate your butthole. Step 2, who knows where you found your butthole. At this point, you are probably the most shape of ball you can be. Just remember, don't breathe. That's why the best favorite animal. Okay, bye. Today's best favorite animal.
I love them.
Okay. This question from Bolo is more for Nick than it is for me. Because I'm an only child. Unless he's asking Alma and they're like sitting beside each other.
What's your point of favoritism? I don't know. Because I think we were treated all pretty equally. I have my son, and he's a spoilt twat. So, yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I don't know. You can have like a favorite. I don't know. It's always tricky when you get into like when you're into like children. But like, I love Devin and Keelan, but Reese's my favorite. It's because she's the only girl. That's not a knock on Key or Devin. I love them, but like Reese's the only little girl that I like. I didn't have a daughter, right? So, but I try to make sure to spread the spoiltness out. You know, but I mean, if you're coming into like family, like, if you have a kid, like you're like, for example, here in Canada, like, that's playing hockey and it's an expensive sport. And then like one of your other children can't do something because everything's going to that one child for their sport. That's bullshit. So I'm curious to what Bolo's asking, but yeah, that's my thing. I think every family has a little bit of favoritism, of course, like it's in a way, but I don't know if it's blatantly disgusting, it's, it sucks. It's, yeah, especially for the kid who's, being treated like a piece of poop. So
I haven't seen Elvis yet. I know who Austin Butler is because I've seen The Dead Don't Die and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I'm not really familiar with the guy. Method acting has its uses, but when you take it into the real world and you don't tell anyone, that's when it becomes a problem. See someone take a role and then maybe he's more comfortable identifying as Elvis in that way. Reese is a mini you.
Yeah, Sarah sends me a lot of things. It's like, oh, great googly moogly. Yep.
It is difficult to create a character from absolute scratch. Absolutely, yes, because you have to create everything, and that takes a lot of time.
And that's why when people like, I get like Phantom Menace and the first like saga was not like as memorable as the first Star Wars, but this guy created a whole universe. And I'm sure, I mean, he had help. Like he had to have had some sort, especially in Hi Susan, especially in it was saga and whatnot. But like he created Star Wars from his brain. Like this didn't exist.
True, in that form. I think Star Wars is loosely based on Greek tragedies, just modernized and set in space, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. And I'll agree with that, right? I'll agree with that.
I think with Daniel Day-Lewis, he's smart enough and has had such a long and illustrious career that he can slip out of it. He knows how to use method acting as the tool that it is and not get lost in it. But perhaps, and I think other actors have said this before, with some roles, some bits of those roles stick to you even when you're long done with them. So perhaps he has lost some of his self, or some of his self has amalgamated those parts from other movies. Who knows? He loves the prequels, boy. Boy, you better get you some of them prequels, and if you don't, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna come get you and make you sit down and watch them in my basement.
I really wish they would do a Darth Maul prequel.
Ooh.
Like I'd love to see. I mean, I read the book, but I'd love to see the Darth Maul, like a Darth Maul movie.
Scooby-Doo, Bob. Is that your favorite kid's name, Scooby-Doo? Yeah, Heath Ledger. He had a little bit more. He did have a rough time getting out of the Joker character. I think it was a mixture of painkillers and something else, if I remember correctly, which I don't. It wasn't solely because of that, but that was a big part of it. Are you talking about the more recent version or the 1915 version? I've not seen either, and I have no intention. Even though I would love to watch all movies that have ever been made, it's not going to happen. Speaking of which, where's Cora? Tex, where's Cora? Is she busy reading books?
She's getting all smart.
No, she is.
Yeah,
She's the smartest part of the harsh
Darth Maul, like, just to show him, like, even as a kid, and like how he, oh, it'd be so awesome. Yeah.
He pulled the phone out of your hand, eh? He's like, no, eh? Oh, speaking of the harsh truth, Frank's screen froze on the last review they did. Was it Stitches? No. Tex will chime in a moment on that. But I did watch the Stitches and the Willy's Wonderland review after I'd watched movies over the weekend. Man, they're both good. The most recent review they did, Frank's screen got frozen, and Tex said someone screen capped that. So I did, and I created for Frank an intro, and like I did for Ginger. But here's Frank's, and Tex, if you want this, I'll email it to you.
Awesome. Great work. Oh, that's awesome. Excellent work, my friend.
Batman Returns, yes. Good movie. Tex, I'm surprised with Batman Returns you did not mention anything about Christopher Walken's character talking about the Gulf of Tonkin incident. Come on, man. That's the whole reason you exist on that show, to bring us up. Okay, I'll email it to you after we're done here.
Okay. Yeah, that was a great job, Alex. That's awesome. Excellent work.
You want to say it again? No. Okay. Once. Oh, and speaking of, to celebrate the return of Ginger.
Hey, can I put something out there? I don't know how many people in the chat. Shut up, Alex. Use the gym. Go to gyms, like a public gym. I do. Alex does. Because we work out. Oh, good, look at that body. Okay. Bring indoor shoes.
Why? No. I should, yeah, I know.
Oh, you're one of them twats.
I am.
I hate you.
Yeah, you want to do something about it? Come on, pussy.
Oh, dude,
what are you going to say over the internet?
And my meat at the same time. Shut the fuck up.
I am your meat.
Wow, that's weird.
That doesn't make sense.
That's such a great movie, eh? Motherfucker, I beat Conklin and I beat him and my dick at the same time. The Great White Hype. What a movie. What an awesome movie.
Whoa, hey, Conklin. Whoop, there it is.
But yeah,
or Samuel L. Jackson at the end, and I love you.
Yeah, yes. Oh God, she looked amazing.
Oh yeah.
Or bare feet. Oh, and bare feet. Ew, that's gross. Wear socks at least. Oh, and yeah, not wiping down. I mean, if you don't, okay, weights. I'm okay with the weights. It doesn't really bother me. But like when you're using like a bar or you're sitting on or laying on a bench press, wipe it off. Ugh.
Yeah, and I am one of those hipsters who wiped down the machines before COVID.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Mainly I did it for hot women, but as a general rule, clean up after yourself.
Yeah, please clean up after yourself.
Got tired of people being barefoot. I don't understand the appeal to not having good grip shoes, especially if you're doing something like squats or deadlifts where you need to be planted as best you can.
They actually just put a memo up in our gym to say, please, don't go barefoot. Like wear socks or shoes at least. Like,
hello, Chad. Thank you for being here. Just like last week, you couldn't stay for long, but thank you for being here, even for just a moment. Thank you.
Thanks, Shadney. Be safe.
How safe could he not be sitting in a wheelchair?
True. Very true.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to create a video out of this when Casey shows up next time, but I'll bring this up again. So
Okay.
Thurman is raw. All credit to the harsh truth.
Yeah.
And I got 2 audio drops I want to put in. Here's the first.
Break some veins! Break some veins!
Here's the other one.
Have you seen my wiener?
Which one should I use?
Have you seen my wiener?
Okay.
I think have you seen my wiener? Yeah, I think so. Do you have any stories that you would like to discuss?
I did, but now I'm intrigued by this comment. I've been in a few change rooms and steam rooms in my time. I have never seen a man over 55 spread eagled. Now, I don't know how someone does spread eagle while standing, much. I've never seen someone do that lying down, much less standing up. Are you telling the truth here, Ryan? Are you taking a little bit of creative liberty with that comment? Have you seen my wiener?
Have you seen my wiener? Ask me about my wiener!
Have you seen my wiener?
Okay, can I play? I don't know if we're gonna get dinged for this, but this is awesome. This is again. This is what the internet is for. This is what the internet should be used for. Okay.
Mute.
What? Ah!
That's great.
Oh, frick. That's like the American one with the bald eagle. I've sent you that one, right?
Yes.
America. And he's like, oh, I'm like, I think it texts every time I see it.
So much unnecessary. So there's a level of necessary.
Yes.
For
So,
the...
so from what I'm gathering is, Ryan, you need the cock in your life.
Yeah, watch no, never mind. I'm not going there. I would love to have a home gym, but I don't have the proper rack for it. I mean, Jesus. Okay, there's another one. I don't have the proper not Smith machine. Jesus Christ. Not Smith machine.
You mean a cable machine? Or a what rack? Squat rack.
Yeah, like a full cage squat rack. I wish I had one of those. And not only that, but I do think an angled leg press is necessary because you can't do squats all the time. It's not really great for the lower back.
I think if I really wanted to put my mind to it and have a home gym, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I want a bike or a treadmill, like a better bike. Like this bike is like $100 bike. It sucks, but I think a treadmill because I do like to do some walking, and I think a cable machine because I think it can make. I think a cable machine is diverse enough that I could make it work. I think.
Don't clip it, Tex. I'll send it to you. If you clip it, then you degrade the quality of it. What are you talking about?
Clipping which one? Me playing my boobs?
Oh, yeah, it probably is. I can send you that one too.
Fuck, I want to put the mic right.
Now we can't hear you because you touched it and all of a sudden it's messed up.
Nah, I'm back now. Okay, I got to put a new cord in there. I loosened my mic. So you play with it, it's going to fall off. Oh, Alex talking about his rack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fine. You can clip that one. I'm not going to send you that one.
Yeah, because we're going to use it for yoga.
Yoga swing. Hey, did they use it in Thailand? Is it that kind of swing?
Back when I was a kid, they called it the sex swing system. But whatever you need to call nowadays to make yourself not sound like a goddamn whore with a yoga swing in your room. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being a whore. Back in my day, I was a pretty mental whore.
What is going on? I'd rather be nice. Yeah, there's something to be said about getting a workout from being on a farm as opposed to
most
in the gym.
definitely. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
You have whips and chains, do you? Video
or it doesn't exist.
Forbley on taming. I gotta look this one up.
Well, and now we're gonna be in the FBI's watch list, but I think I need to look it up too. All right. All the guys in the chat right now are typing this in. What does this even mean?
Including results for lion taming. Excuse me?
You're some weird shit, Red.
No, I want to look for Forbley on taming.
And I don't know if I want to click on the. Wait a second. 4 million websites. Well, let's just click on the first one, see what comes up.
Okay, so she corrected herself and she opened herself up too. Wow. Ginger, Tex, whips and chains. Will wonders never cease? I'm pissed. You don't say. Welcome to Alex and the Garbage Man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, tell us more. Yeah. No.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, Van, I don't have whips or chains either. I'm not into this BDSM stuff. And I watched the first. Oh, no, I forgot the name of the movie that's. Damn it, now I have to look it up. It was that one with Dakota Johnson where it was based on a book and it was about BDSM.
50
I bet Sue's typing that in right
50
now.
50 Shades of Grey?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
9.5 weeks.
Good. It was okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you for tempering yourself.
Well, if it'll get you whipping me in my butt there, Red, I'll put a lion mane on. Grrr.
What is going on? Now everyone's just pouring their kinks out.
Okay, well, we have a video to watch or something.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Please do.
Okay. And
Stupid people.
Yeah, maybe that's right, Brian. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's a contributing factor. I did not. I saw the headline, but I did not read it, so I have no idea what's being talked about.
I haven't seen Saturday Night Live since like the Farley days, so
Wow.
yeah, I might have seen a couple, but yeah, I just didn't hold my interest.
Yeah. So I'm going to play two of them. One that I found, and one of them you sent me. Oh. All right. Nice wide shot. You can see everything that's going on. You can probably guess, based on what you see, what's going to go down. But you watch
the Sasquatch is going to rape a tailpipe. All right, go.
How have you seen this before? No.
I guess.
So white car, mid-right, is pulling out. Giggity. And he's off. He's off to the races. And no.
Oh, no.
You're overcorrect. No, boo! Yeah, there's no sound on this. Oh my God.
Like,
what happened?
Imagine calling the insurance broker. I hit a boat in my car.
A boat attacked me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, can we,
Oh my God.
yeah, notice the gender of the person that got out of the driver's seat?
And someone's driving by. Oh, I better slow down. Maybe I'll ask him what happened. Maybe I'll take a picture with my phone. If you're going to film in landscape, not portrait, please. So that's the end of that. That was just beautiful.
That was, wow. That's wow. Yeah,
I liked it when Will Ferrell played George Bush.
I liked when he played George Bush and then Dana Carvey came on as his dad, like the dad. Oh, that was great.
Yes. So this is the one you sent me.
Do you know that you're a musician?
So we all heard and saw the word musician. Musician. Musician.
But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something?
I'm going to let that sit with everyone for a minute. What is a musician? Make magic or something?
What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music.
I know you're definitely not a musician.
No, I think she's going to make a halfway decent point, and I understand what she's getting at.
I make music, and that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too.
All right, so saying that someone is a musician is pinholing them into the music industry. She does not do just music; she acts as well.
Young mogul.
Now, young mogul. I'm not going with her on that one.
Okay, but she doesn't need to be an uptight, pretentious twat about it. She can just say, well, I'm more than a musician. But no, I got to be a standoffish bitch, make myself look like a total see you next Tuesday, and put this girl on blast. Like this, she's a fucking bitch.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
Your nails say the IQ that you have too, by the way. Must be hell to fucking wipe your ass.
Musician. Magician. Musician. Magician.
See, that's what I think you think I said. I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby, I don't think.
Well, that says it all right there, everyone. I think we can all go now. She says she does not think.
What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
She doesn't think she knows. So she's referring more to reacting on instinct rather than thinking.
So I don't even know who this person is.
Yeah.
Because I'm old. So her name is... Sorry. This person's name is Sukihana. Sukihana.
Sukihana, maybe?
Sukihana, yeah.
Okay. And was she put on blast for these comments, I wonder?
You think. I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby, I do music.
So you just really quick.
No. Now the interviewer is blowing past the fact that Suki said she also does acting. Now, music and acting, you could combine that, and Suki could say, instead of young mogul, she could say, I'm an entertainer. That would cover ground rather than arguing about musician or what have you.
For the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
Not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So, in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm listening to her shitty music right now, and like she's just some shitty rapper.
Here she is, but I hate her. Shocker. Not giving it 2 thumbs up, but no.
Ugh.
Anyway.
We're rapid. Like, it's so crazy to me where some music's gone. Like, it just, ugh.
Yeah. Ooh, since Tex is here. Yeah, same here. If it's not actors, then I don't know who most people are. I'm pretty good with faces. Although putting names to faces, for whatever reason, is getting more and more tough nowadays. I can still do it for the most part, but as you saw earlier, I kind of falter here and there.
Wow. So, anyways,
I got one more because
please do.
I think this is going to be Tex in about 25 years if he lives that long.
Good evening, cowards. Nice to see a bunch of fat, ugly women.
Wait a minute.
What?
Excuse you.
What?
Can we stick on the agenda? No.
I'm speaking. They're fat, ugly women is what they are.
We're not having that.
Let's talk about it.
We're not having that.
You don't have to. Bye.
That ain't free speech.
It's called free speech. Bye.
All right. So is that no, it's not a city council meeting.
I think it's a school board meeting.
It's a school board meeting, and
yeah,
here we go. Freedom of speech. He's using his freedom of speech. Is that allowed at that point in time? Wrong. Okay. All right, Bolo, you got it. And
Wrong.
Got to appease Bolo.
Fair enough.
I like this guy already. Okay.
Hey, that's not free speech. That's insulting.
That's good. Shut up.
That's not free speech. That's insulting. Are insults covered under free speech? If not, well, bye-bye comedy. All forms of comedy.
Okay, everybody.
And we wonder why children are retarded stupid today. We wonder why. We wonder why when we have these pathetic people here called teachers rape the children's mind. And if you people are too stupid to know what rape is, it's called control.
It's called control, is what he was saying. Tex, if you want that one, I'll send it to you as well.
Yeah, wow.
I don't agree with what the guy said. I think he should have used more tact, especially at his age. But then again, he doesn't care. I think he had an axe to grind with the school board. So,
and like that's to the extreme, of course, right? But
hello, really?
Not really. You're coming in late because we're about done.
Really consider how old the guy is. I don't think abortion would have been a thing before his mother birthed him.
Oh.
I think the context speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's context. I'd like to point out to everyone that Tex is trolling. Do I need to replay the harsh truth clip where he goes on for 4 minutes about what he means when he says inflammatory things on the show? Not this show, the harsh truth. Anyway.
No. All right, what else we got? Finish them up.
All right. I suppose the Karen is in order. No, yes, and there are repercussions for what people say and do. So, again, think before you say something, think before you do something. Don't ruin the bit. I have to, because if I don't, then someone at some point in time in the future is going to take it out of context. And then we're going to be without a YouTube channel. And then what are we going to do? We're going to be trolling the harsh truth in their comment section. I'm going to say, Tex, this was all your fault. This is what you deserve. Okay. And final segment. You ever been on an airplane?
Yes.
You ever had to go to the bathroom when you were on an airplane?
Yes.
Okay. So did she.
Oh my.
Oh,
Sorry,
I see,
everybody.
Are you serious?
Okay, let me use the bathroom. Let me use the bathroom. I don't give a fuck. No, fuck you. Fuck you. I gotta go pee. I don't give a fuck. You never own it, this fucking bitch. Let me pass.
This poor little boy next to us. Holy.
I saw the whole thing. I saw that on Customer Wars. Like, man, that's just. In a world like, where would you think that ever be okay to do that? Like when? Like what? Like.
This is the world we live in. This is
I
the day
guess.
and age in which we exist, and things like this are more and more commonplace. And Tex, I would comment the whole show if I could, but I don't want to ruin anything. And yeah, I got to have other people have their say too. So you're welcome. Tex trying to. She had a bit of a badonkadonk on her. Maybe I'll get.
Doing, doing, doing.
Yeah. No. She has clearly, exactly.
Yeah. Fox given 0.
Yeah, I'll step in for Tex on this one.
Yeah.
Yes, really. There you go. Hashtag not all conservatives. Yes. And I got one more.
Okay.
This one's good because this one builds and the payoff is right as the video ends. It's good 49 seconds long. I think it makes sense from the
It's
beginning.
totally different. This is public property. So if you want to take this to a lawyer, then by all means, I don't care. Go take it to a lawyer, okay? No crime has been committed. You guys need to get out of here. You can go in your car. You can go in your car. You can get your groceries, and we can stop this whole thing.
I need his phone number because I am going to talk to
I will give you my phone number.
There you go. If he wants to give you your phone number, then he can. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
And I really don't want to, but I'll give it to you for the sake of, look, we live in the same place. If we can't have good energy here, that's a bad thing.
I don't know you from Adam. You just got here from Massachusetts or wherever you're from, Maryland. I've lived here 15 years.
Okay.
You're a newbie here.
I moved here a few months ago. We
I need
both-
your phone number.
So you don't need to judge him.
I need a phone number so I
If
can.
he wants to
I'm
give you
gonna
your
contact
phone
him.
number, he can.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then he doesn't.
What is it so I can tomorrow?
Okay,
1-800
pause,
up your
pause,
butt.
Pause.
Yeah.
She wants the dick!
Okay, continue.
No, I don't think she does. I think she's actually perturbed.
So I
If he
can,
wants to
I'm
give you
gonna
your
contact
phone
him.
number, he can. If
Yeah.
he doesn't, then he doesn't.
What is it so I can tomorrow?
1-800 up your butt.
Oh. I'm sorry I walked on that. Ugh.
Tex does have washboard abs, but he hides it under all the body armor he wears when he goes outside.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause he's in America.
fuck yeah. You know,
Coming
just-
again to say the motherfucking day, yeah. All right.
You know, I think I don't think she's single. I think she's married, but it's probably to a point where getting a divorce from someone like her means that her husband would lose pretty much everything. So it's one of those, well, I might as well stick it out until I have a stroke.
Push her in front of an oncoming car. So, yeah.
I stay in shape. Let me guess, round is a shape. So is square.
Yeah. Okay, I'm saying it. I haven't said this for a long time. I'm hungry.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't said it for a long time, but
Okay, then. Well, everyone who showed up tonight, thank you so much. I'm starting to miss Lady Cora. Then again, I think it's because she's not here that I'm able to keep up with the chat. I'm not saying anything bad about her. I'm just saying I miss Lady Cora. But, you know, every once in a while, Never mind. Anyway, to Really, who showed up late, but hey, he showed up. To Chad, who was here for a minute. Sue, Bolo, Beverly, Alma, Ashley, Ginger, Sarah, Tex, Ryan, Mark, and Van. Thank you so much for being here on yet another episode of Alex and the Garbage Man. We will be back next Monday. Next Monday being Monday, March 4th. And I don't want to spoil it, but in 5 shows, it will be to the day our 3-year anniversary of doing this show.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah, you want to do anything
Awesome.
special?
Get drunk. Not here though. No, just no.
Maybe all those books she stacked up against her windows and doors, they all fell over and killed her.
Oh no, not Cora. Oh no.
Thank you, Van. Thank you for tuning in. It's got to be what, 10 o'clock over there, or are you 3 or 4 hours ahead of us? Because
good Lord,
Alabama is more toward the East Coast, if I remember correctly.
I believe you are correct. Yeah.
Gracias, eh? And thank you, Bolo, again.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Yep.
Yeah. People who we haven't seen in a while, but we hope we're doing well. Hanama, Overseer, Shlomo, I'm adding to the list because it's been 3 weeks. Penny, Jen, Tamara, my friend Sarah, both Trevors, both Cindy's, both Jolene's. You know what? All 3 Jolene's. Nick's mom, Nathan, my Auntie Kathy. Shout outs to Gareth, Susan. No, she's here. Never mind. Gareth, Ravi, and Ashley, you don't get 2 thanks. Everyone, please prepare yourselves for the inevitable zombie-like rise of Gloria Pouchfonte's quiche-smelling uterus from the grave, and by that I mean buy guns and beans and hide in an underground bunker. 9:30. Okay, that's not too bad. It's 7:30 where I am.
So, tonight's Garbage Man's song pick is from Gunfighter Ballads and Trail Songs by Marty Robbins. Number 1, Big Iron. I love Marty Robbins. I love the storytelling he does. So, yeah. Big Iron by Marty Robbins.
Is that country?
Yes.
Nice.
Really? Music?
Yes, and movie as well.
Yes.
Speaking of movie, I have one as well. Out of the multitude that I saw in the past week, this one was very entertaining, although it's quite disturbing as well. It is from 2013, from Israel. It's called Big Bad Wolves. After a little girl is brutally murdered, a suspect avoids arrest due to lack of evidence. Working separately, her father and a cop decide to do something about it. And that's the bad guy right there. It's interesting watching movies from other countries, especially Israel. I've seen 2 or 3. The Hebrew language is very interesting to listen to. Anyway, great movie, 6.8 out of 10. I do recommend it, but it is quite disturbing, so it's not exactly for everyone.
All right.
And hey, look who it is. It's not December. What are you doing here?
Oh, Hanama! Holy crap!
Oh, Hanama. How are you? Ciao, bang. Buenos noches. Walking Dead. I haven't even seen a single episode of the original show, and it's going to be a few years before I get to it, unfortunately. Song pick.
Man Across the Water. Good tune.
Well, with all the tacos he consumes and the beer he drinks, I'm sure he'll have a gassy week. So yes, it's mediocre.
Right.
Ginger, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you again. And everyone else, we hope you show up next time. Thank you again. And as I struggle to complete a sentence, you could see me like, oh, what am I supposed to do now? Think before you say something. Think before you do something.
Love each other. Take care of each other. And be patient. You don't know what fight everybody else is fighting, so patience.
Yes, and I haven't said it to anyone in the gym yet, but patience is definitely a virtue that you need to develop when you're younger. Because walking up to someone who's doing a set and saying, how many sets do you have left, especially when they're wearing headphones or earbuds, that doesn't help anything. And as Nick said, wear indoor shoes. So I've got something to improve on as well. Our moment of Zed comes to us from Ireland. At least I think it's Ireland.
Hi.
Yeah, it's definitely not Scotland and it's not England. So Ireland it is. Thank you very much, everyone.
Good night.
Hey guys, come with me as I shove my father into a balloon. With 10 minutes no time. Get in there!